Thank you. This segment of our show is brought to you by Going Your Own Way. You can do that because this is fucking America still, and you can go your own way. Thank you very much. The next segment of our show is called Table Reading Rainbow, which is very exciting. If you're like me, you're an aspiring actor who's never had a chance to be an actor or really ever admitted that you're an aspiring actor and feel ashamed of the fact that you haven't already made it in Hollywood because your hair's not blonde enough.
Your tits aren't big enough.
And, ooh, I think if I said that, it would be problematic. This segment of our show is sponsored by Being Problematic. The most famous thing, the most successful thing of the 90s, being problematic. Get that 90s feeling, be problematic. So this is called Table Reading Rainbow, and what we're doing is we need a group of people. You don't have to act, you don't have to emote, but we have a script, a full script from a sitcom from the 1990s. That is funny. It's a much beloved sitcom. And we need volunteers to come up here. I'll be reading the action line and setting the scenes. But we need some actors to come up here and read the actual dialogue. So we need 9. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna have random casting. Gender is not important for this. It doesn't have to match the original. You don't have to do an impersonation unless you want to. But it is Table Reading Rainbow. This is the first Table Reading Rainbow here at Hendershot in Athens, Georgia. Who's going to be my first volunteer? We need a volunteer. Come on up here. Come on up here. We have a volunteer. Yes, random casting. I'm going to spread these out like a deck of cards. You just pick one. No peeking. You have a seat. This is Annabelle Leicester from Cumming, Georgia. She works at the Ford factory. We're sponsored by Ford. Sponsored by Ford here. This is Eric. She makes her own. Eric Castleberry. He actually works in Gainesville at the Hawaiian bun store. King's Hawaiian. The King's. Yeah.
Go around.
That's right. King's Hawaiian has sponsored this segment. Oh, we got some more. We've got Maria San Luis Obispo coming in. She is from Chicago, Illinois. And she is a variety show performer. We've got Harold Franklin here. He is clearly a motorcycle mechanic. And come on, Dad. Did you guys pick a script? Pick a random script right here on this table behind you. Mr. Arnold. Oh, it's random. We can
You can swap if you can. Yeah, we'll allow trading.
We can allow trading. These are being chosen at random. We have Allison Mauricio Smith here. She was married to a senator from Nebraska for quite some time. And now she is a memoirist.
Oh, down at the bottom.
That's the character name. Yeah. It's good. It's going to be a fantastic show, folks. Need a few more volunteers. We got some more. We got some juicy parts. If you're a character actor, come on up. If you've never acted in your life, this could be your big break. This is the Printer's Alley of Hollywood, right here. Your heart and soul, right here on the line. I see some performance bug out there. I see some beautiful faces.
Heather. Oh, sad.
Somebody walk.
Somebody else? I mean, I'll say that if we need bodies.
Yes, we need bodies at this point. Come on. P. Gordon Liddy. Diddy. We got P. Gordon Diddy coming up here. He's from Hollywood, California. He's a salesman.
One more chair, man.
Oh. Big script. Oh, look at that. That's just fake.
Did you get Patrick?
Yeah. We get right of first refusal. All right. We got 2 more rolls to cast. 2 more juicy rolls. This segment of our show is brought to you by 2 more juicy rolls. It is a bakery/adult website. 2 more juicy rolls. 10% off with the ticket stuff. Monthly subscriptions and delicious pastries. Oh, we need 2 more volunteers. 2 more. This is we're playing a new game now called Bathroom or Volunteering for the segment. Come on up here. We got a seat here. Hey, Jerry. You can pick either one of these. Yeah, come on. We need 1 more. Yeah. That's the way it goes. Welcome to Athens, kid. Yeah. Yep, you got a script right there. Just flip it on over. Woo! That's a good one. It's a juicy roll. 1 more. We need 1 more. The last. The fine. Oh, we got 1 to 2 rolls. It's a very fluid situation, just like Hollywood. Lots of fluidity. This segment of our show is sponsored by the next segment of our show. Is that jazz? Is it? Jazz? This is clearly jazz that we're listening to. Says I. And I consider myself an expert because I went to a record store one time. This next segment is brought to you by record stores, places you can pay too much for repressings of albums that were never originally released on vinyl. All right, we got everybody here. I think we have a full cast. There you go. All right. This is a table reading, folks. This is what they do in Hollywood. In Hollywood, they do table readings. I know because I was once a table. What we're doing here, the show, the big reveal. We have a big reveal. How many people here are familiar with a show called Seinfeld from the 1990s? Seinfeld. Any big Seinfeld fan? Oh, that's about 30,000 claps I hear out there. We're going to be reading an episode of Seinfeld called The Chicken Roaster. The Chicken Roaster from season 42, episode 17 of the Seinfeld Experience. That's right. Why is it? Okay. Think we're ready to start. I'll be reading the action lines. The characters, the actors all have a script with their lines highlighted. And just a, picture with me. A world. New York City, 1993. Exterior fruit stand. Day. George and Jerry are deep in conversation in front of a sidewalk fruit stand.
$1.89. Why is this $1.89? Why is there no haggling in this country?
I guess we like to think that we've progressed beyond a knife fight for a citrus drink.
Not me. Everything should be negotiable.
Restaurants too?
Absolutely. You're telling me there's no room to move on to pasta? All starches are a scam.
Yeah, especially in Zeta. With that big hole.
George turns to see a store worker who is rising from stocking a low display case.
Excuse me? How much is this?
$1.19.
I'll give you a quarter.
Get the hell out of here.
Tell him 40 and no fork.
30.
That's it. You leave and never come back.
How about we leave and come back in a week?
Deal.
All right. See? We got something there.
Cut two. That was Jerry and George, and the worker, by the way. Now we're cutting to exterior sidewalk day. It's the same day. Jerry and Kramer are strolling past a bookstore when they spot a new Kenny Rogers Roasters restaurant across the street.
Hey, Kenny Rogers Roasters finally opened. Look at the size of that neon chicken on the roof.
No! Rogers can't sell chicken around here. We got chicken places on every block.
He is a gambler.
Well, I gotta meet Newman at the pet store, helping him pick out a turtle.
Try and stay calm.
Yeah.
Kramer rushes away as a goateed, balding man recognizes Jerry.
Hey, Jerry.
Seth! Wow. What has it been, like 5 years?
At least.
You want to grab lunch?
I'm actually headed back to the office.
Seth is me. What's more important than catching up with an old college buddy?
Well, I'm supposed to be in this meeting.
Blow it off. Remember poli-sci? How many of those did we go to?
All right, I guess I can go.
The two begin walking together.
All right, whatever happened to Moochie?
Dead.
Is that right?
Turns out it was right. Cut to interior clothing store day. George and Elaine are both dressed warmly in overcoats as they peruse the selection of a sophisticated clothing store. Elaine is handling a scarf as George speaks.
I don't understand how you can call lunch with me. This is expensive.
What do you think of the catalog?
It stinks.
There, we just talked business.
An attractive female worker named Heather emerges from the back, speaking to Elaine.
We do have the down comforter and cookware you like. Oh, great. Put it all on the Pederman account with the other stuff. Peter? You know what else we have that you might like? I'll take it.
Oh God, yeah, that's my bad. George presents. I was so lost in the story.
Read it. Read it.
George presents himself to Elaine wearing a large Russian-style beaver hat. Elaine can't help but laugh.
I think that looks very nice on you.
Really?
He takes account of this beautiful young woman complimenting him.
Hey, Peterman account?
Why not? And some hair for my little friend here.
Cut to George is bald. That's the joke. Interior restaurant day. Jerry and Seth are sitting in an Italian restaurant eating lunch and catching up on each other's lives.
So how's your stand-up career?
Pretty good. As a matter of fact, I almost made my own show in Japan.
You speak Japanese?
No.
Well, so would you have done it in Japan but English?
Jerry considers this.
I don't know. So what's this job of yours?
What's the deal?
Sorry. What's the deal is somebody stepped on my shit. But big investment firm. We just got the Citibank account. In fact, today was our first big meeting with them.
Jerry is surprised at this revelation.
What's the
The meeting you blew off.
Yes.
Wasn't that kind of important?
Seth is suddenly serious in the face of this truth, and Jerry's look of concern.
Yeah.
Cut to interior day, Jerry's apartment / Elaine's apartment. Jerry and Elaine are in split screen, showing both sides of an ongoing phone conversation.
And I bought a whole new set of cookware and a water pick.
You use a water pick?
Sure, water pick, floss, plaques, brush, Listerine.
So you go into the bathroom at 11, you're in your bed by what, 2?
Well, at the latest. Oh, hang on a second. I got another call.
Elaine puts Jerry on hold as she switches to the other line. A third character is added to the split screen as the conversation begins with Roger Ipswich.
Hello?
Good day, Mrs. Bennis. This is Roger Ipswich.
Oh, hey, how are things doing in accounting?
Ms. Bennis, I noticed you have been charging quite a bit of merchandise on the Peterman account.
Well, I am the president.
Yes, and we're all very impressed. Nevertheless, the expense account is for business purposes only.
Elaine's face betrays a mixture of confusion and worry.
Well, isn't the president allowed to do anything that they want?
No. I'll be in your office first thing tomorrow. Good day.
Good day.
Elaine and Roger hang up, leaving Jerry holding his phone, still thinking he is on hold. After a long pause,
Hello? Anybody?
cut to interior Monk's Diner day. George enters the diner wearing his new, oversized Russian hat, as if he owns the room. He strolls over to the booth where Jerry awaits, sitting.
Hey,
Hey, why didn't you get the big one?
because that just follows in the heat. I don't even need a cup. It's unbelievable.
Oh, God.
George slides
My-
into the booth.
Oh, no. My pages are out of order. Hold on. All right, I got it. George slides into the booth as Jerry responds.
I don't believe it.
And I got a date with the saleswoman. She's got a little Marissa Tomei thing going on.
Too bad you got a little George Costanza thing going on.
I'm going out with her tomorrow. She said she had some errands to run.
That's a date?
What's the difference? You know the way I work. I'm just not like a commercial jingle. First, it's a little irritating, then you hear it a few times, you come in the shower. By the third date, it's 5 minutes.
How do you make sure you're gonna get the third date?
If the city down, I do leave. Keys, gloves, scarf. I go back to her place and pick it up.
That's so old. Why don't you show up at her door on a wooden horse?
George gives this some serious consideration.
With the microphone.
Hey, man.
I think you guys should pass it around. It's hard to hear.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. We're passing some microphones. It's like a rap battle.
Good idea.
It's a Seinfeld battle. George gives us some consideration. Cut to interior night, hallway outside Jerry's apartment.
Yep.
Jerry.
By minute.
Jerry notices a red dot on his door. He traces it to Kramer's peephole. Jerry then knocks on Kramer's door.
What's going on in there?
What's the deal?
Kramer opens the door, puffing on a cigar. He is bathed in an enormous red glow that fills his entire apartment.
What?
The light.
Oh, the red, it's the chicken roaster sign. It's right across my window.
Can't you shut the shades?
They are shut. Oh, yeah, your friend Seth stopped by.
Yeah, what did he say?
He was fired.
Ooh, Cut to interior Elaine's office, day. Elaine is standing behind her desk, wrapped in a large blanket, and gesturing towards Roger Ipswich, who is sitting in a chair with an expense spreadsheet on his lap.
Well, as you can see, the comforter I expense is actually the Aristotle goose down tunic. So what do you think?
Another bullseye.
Well, Mr. Ipswich, since every one of my expenses are obviously for a legitimate business purpose.
Elaine uses her water pick to water the office plants.
I just need to see the sable hat you purchased yesterday.
The hat? Why do you need to see the hat?
Because it cost $8,000.
What?
As she turns in shock, she accidentally showers Rogers with water from her water pick. Cut to interior Jerry's apartment, day. Jerry and Seth are talking in Jerry's kitchen.
Seth, if you knew the meeting was so important, why did you go to lunch with me?
We're old college buddies.
I only knew you through Moochie.
Hey, Jerry, don't worry about it. The important thing is we got to catch up.
Seth opens the door, then reaches back and picks up Jerry's newspaper.
Mind if I grab the wants ads?
Actually, I haven't read Tank McNamara yet.
Jerry grabs back the paper. Kramer emerges from his room in time to acknowledge Seth as he exits. Distracted, Kramer then walks into the door frame before entering Jerry's apartment.
How's life on the Red Planet?
Jerry closes the door. Kramer begins making a bowl of cereal as they talk.
It's killing me. I can't eat. I can't sleep. All I can see is that giant red sun in the shape of a chicken.
Well, did you go down to the Kenny Rogers and complain?
They have me the heave ho. I'm pretty sure that should be. I'm just riffing here.
Yeah.
They gave me the heave ho. They have me the heave ho. I don't think that Kenny Rogers has any idea what's going on down there. He knows when to hold him.
Kramer grabs a pitcher of tomato juice from the refrigerator and begins pouring it over his Rice Krispies.
What are you doing?
Getting some cereal.
That's tomato juice.
Kramer is taking a large bite of the tomato juice cereal as he hears this. He immediately spits it out in disgust and wipes at his tongue with his hands.
That looked like milk to me. Jerry, my rods and cones are all screwed up. All right, that's it. I gotta move in with you, Jerry.
While attempting to pour the cereal tomato juice mixture into the trash, Kramer spills it all over Jerry's wall and refrigerator.
I don't know, Kramer. My only concern is that...
Kramer begins wiping frantically with a dish rag, mostly making matters worse. Jerry is horrified as he speaks flatly.
Living together after a while, we might start to get on each other's nerves a little.
Kramer squeezes the soaked kitchen towel into the pitcher of tomato juice and then puts it back into the refrigerator.
All right, listen to me. I got a great idea. You're a heavy sleeper, right? Why don't we switch apartments?
Or I could sleep in the park. You could knock these walls down, make an 8-room luxury suite.
Jerry, those are load-bearing walls. They're not going to come down.
Yeah, that's no good.
I may have to drive that place out of business.
How are you going to do that?
Like we did in the 60s. Taking it to the streets.
Kramer opens the door and is blasted back by the intense red light coming from his apartment. Cut to interior, Heather's apartment, day. George enters Heather's apartment with her, both carrying numerous shopping bags.
Sorry. Thanks, George, but I got it from here.
Oh no, I'm in already. Come on.
George sets down the bags he is carrying by the door.
So you want to get together tomorrow?
No, I'm going to be pretty busy.
What about this weekend?
I think I'm going to be busy for a while.
Okay, see ya.
He casually tosses his keys on the table and makes a run for the door. He's almost out when she calls out to him.
Hey,
George stops and turns.
you forgot your keys.
What? Those aren't my keys.
Well, they're not mine.
George re-enters, feigning surprise.
Oh, they are my keys. How weird.
Heather's phone rings and she moves to answer it.
Bye, George.
Yeah.
George, bye. Hi, yeah, you're not gonna believe the date I just had.
George thinks fast, removing the hat and shoving it behind some pillows on the sofa.
Costanza.
He leaves as Heather reacts to his musical interlude. Cut to interior Elaine's office day. George and Elaine are in Elaine's office. George is examining a framed display of pinned butterflies.
What do you mean you don't have the hat?
I left it in Athens.
He bangs on the glass of the frame.
Are these alive?
No, dead. George, I need that Russian hat back.
All right. I'll call Heather. You'll get your hat back. And we'll get a second date. Now, watch the magic.
George picks up the office phone and starts dialing. He is perplexed by the tone, letting him know his call is not going through.
Dial 9, Merlin.
George dials again, and Heather picks up the phone.
Hello?
Heather, hi. It's George Costanza.
Oh.
Listen, I don't mean to bother you, silly me. I think I may have left my hat in your apartment. So I thought I'd just come by later and pick it up.
You didn't leave a hat here.
I'm pretty sure I left it behind the cushion of the chair. Accidentally.
No hat. George, I gotta go.
You know, maybe I'll,
Heather hangs up as George stammers, and Elaine eyes him impatiently. Cut to exterior Kenny Rogers Roasters entrance day. Jerry strolls down the sidewalk and encounters Seth, who's in a Roasters uniform and carrying bags of trash to the outside bin.
Seth?
Jerry, hi. What do you think?
I think you're taking the trash out for this chicken place, but
Yeah.
that couldn't be.
Yes, I'm the new manager.
But you were an executive. This is fast food.
It's not fast food. It's good food served quickly. Hey, next time lunch will be on me. Jerry? Hey!
Jerry and Seth look up to see Kramer unfurling a banner that reads "Bad Chicken" and yelling at would-be customers.
Stay away from that chicken. Bad chicken mess you up. That's not going to be good for business.
That's not going to be good for anybody.
Cut to interior Jerry's apartment day. Jerry and Kramer are entering Jerry's apartment with both his and Kramer's doors open. Jerry is carrying an open moving box.
Jerry, I'm so glad we switched apartments. It was the perfect solution.
Look, Kramer, if I'm going to live over there, you got to take some of this stuff out.
Jerry pulls a ventriloquist dummy out of the box.
I mean, this thing is really freaking me out. I feel like it's going to come up to life in the middle of the night and kill me.
What? Mr. Marbles? He's harmless.
Oh, and the other thing, I don't want Newman using my...
Jerry is interrupted by the sound of a toilet flush and Newman emerging from the bathroom holding a folded newspaper.
Oh, no.
Nice place you got here, Kramer. A man can really get some thinking done.
Newman crosses to the couch and sits beside Kramer.
Well, don't get too comfortable. As soon as Seth gets a real job, you two are going to go back into the chicken supernova.
Jerry puts on oversized sunglasses and exits to Kramer's apartment. Newman reveals a hidden box of chicken he has brought to eat.
What is that? Roger's chicken? Get that out of here.
I don't know, the man makes a pretty strong bird.
Newman begins eating a drumstick.
Well, I'm boycotting it.
A long pause as Newman continues eating, and Kramer slowly watches with barely concealed desire. He licks his lips.
What is that? Hickory?
Yeah, it's the wood that makes it good.
Really?
Kramer reaches for some, and Newman growls.
Oh, stop it. What's the matter with you?
Kramer grabs a drum and takes a bite, looking blissfully impressed. Cut to interior Heather's apartment night. There's a knock on Heather's door. She opens it, revealing Elaine in the hallway.
Can I help you?
Hi, yeah, I'm Elaine Bennis. We met at Barney's. I'm a friend of George Costanza's.
At this point, Elaine drags George into view by his ear.
Whether you're aware of it or not, George had this pathetic little plan to leave something behind so he could try and weasel a second date.
Really?
I know, he has a real confidence problem.
Well, not really.
George. Anyway, I know you told him you didn't have the hat because you didn't want to see him again, and more sympathetic I could not be, but I really do need to have that hat back.
Look, I don't know what to tell you, but there's no hat here. I mean, maybe the maid took it. I had people over, but
Well, that makes sense.
George sees an opening to escape, but Elaine drags him back again by the ear.
Then you wouldn't mind if we took a second look around?
be my guest.
George is being pulled this way as he shamelessly attempts to charm Heather.
Good to see you again.
Cut to interior hallway outside Heather's apartment day. George and Elaine exit the apartment looking tired as Heather slams the door closed behind them.
She's bluffing. She's got us stashed away in there somewhere.
This is an absolute disaster.
Oh, I don't know. Check this out.
George holds up a golden clock he had hidden in his jacket.
You stole her clock?
George smiles.
Well done.
Yep, this one for our side.
Cut to interior Jerry's apartment night. Kramer is in Jerry's bed, messily eating a family-sized box of Kenny Rogers chicken, wiping his hands and face on Jerry's sheets. He finds a piece of chicken skin that he simply tosses aside and continues his feast. Cut to interior Kramer's apartment night. Jerry is wide awake in Kramer's bed, sheets pulled up to his chin and the weird purple and red shadows of the creaking, buzzing room. Jerry's thoughts are heard in voiceover as his eyes dart fearfully around.
What is that creaking? It's like I'm in the hold of a ship. Gotta relax.
He closes his eyes briefly before hearing a creaky door opening.
Hello? Is somebody there?
A scurrying sound.
Mr. Marbles?
Interior Jerry's apartment day. The following morning, a well-rested Kramer is talking with Elaine in Jerry's entryway.
So I told Ipswich I'd have the hat by this afternoon. What am I gonna do?
You should sleep with him.
Elaine looks disgusted at Kramer. Jerry, disheveled, wide-eyed, and with Kramer-like hair, slides into the room in a familiar manner. The buzzing and red glow from across the hall come with him.
Coffee grinder, life coach.
Hey, everybody. I'm on no sleep. You don't know what it's like in there. All night long, things are creeping and cracking, and that red light is burning in my brain.
You look a little stressed.
Oh, I'm stressed.
Jerry moves to get a glass of milk from the refrigerator.
So Kramer, what am I supposed to do? If I don't have that fur hat by 4 o'clock, they're gonna take me down like Nixon.
You know my friend, Bob Sacamano?
I thought he was Kramer's friend.
Jerry is eating ice cream out of the carton, talking a mile a minute.
Well, he called last night about 3 a.m. We got to talking. He sells Russian hats down in the Battery Park, $40.
$40? Are they sable?
No, but the difference is negligible.
Jerry and Kramer have switched roles, as reinforced by Kramer's sarcastic response.
Oh, yeah. I like this idea.
All right, let's give it a shot. Let's go.
Giddy up.
Jerry and Elaine leave, shutting the door behind them. Newman rushes from his hiding spot in the bathroom with both arms full of chicken boxes.
It's getting cold. It's getting cold.
That was a close one.
Why do we have to keep this a secret from Jerry?
Because if Jerry finds out I'm hooked on Roger's chicken, I'm back there with the Red Menace.
They begin pulling the chicken and sides out to eat as we cut to interior Elaine's office day. Roger Ipswich is holding a hat Elaine tried to pass off as sable as they stand and discuss the matter.
Miss Bennis, the hat you charged to the company was sable. This is nutria.
Well, that's a kind of sable.
No, it's a kind of rat.
That's a rat hat?
And a poorly made one, even by rat hat standards. I have no choice but to recommend your prompt termination to the board of directors. Nothing short of the approval of Peterman himself will save you this time.
But he's in the Burmese jungle.
Yes, and quite mad from what I hear.
Wait a minute. Can I fire you?
A beat.
No.
Cut to interior Monk's Diner day. George and Kramer are eating together and talking. Kramer is still uncannily Jerry-like.
So Heather called?
Yeah, but get this. The message said, call me if you have the time. If I have the time, you get it?
No, but this is all very exciting.
She knows that I have a clock. I know that she has my hat. I think she's getting ready to make an exchange.
Of course, there's a possibility that you've gone right out of your mind.
I've looked at that. Seems unlikely.
I'd look again. So how come you didn't call Jerry about all this?
I can't talk to Jerry anymore. Ever since he moved into that apartment, he's too much like you.
That's a shame.
Cut to interior Kenny Rogers Roasters day. Jerry is at the counter pleading with Seth.
Seth, you're the manager. Can't you turn off the sign?
Jerry, I lied. I'm just an assistant manager. Number 67, Family Feast. Number 60, Human.
Number 67, right here.
Newman excitedly runs to pick up his order, frantically waving his receipt. He doesn't see Jerry until spoken to.
Hello, Newman.
Hello, Jerry.
And don't forget your steamed broccoli.
As Seth hands the side of steamed broccoli to Newman, Jerry snatches it away.
Hold it. Newman, you wouldn't eat broccoli if it was deep fried in chocolate sauce.
I love broccoli. It's good for you.
Really? Then maybe you'd like to have a piece.
Jerry opens the container. Newman takes a piece.
Gladly.
Newman gamely tries to eat a piece of broccoli while smiling, but almost immediately spits it out, retching.
Fire weed.
It's Kramer, isn't it? I knew it. That greasy doorknob, the constant licking of the fingers. He's hooked on the chicken, isn't he?
Yes, now please. Someone. Honey mustard.
Seth hands Newman a small cup of honey mustard, which he drinks like a shot of liquor, as Jerry looks on in disgust. Newman coughs and taps the counter repeatedly before gathering what is left of his dignity and exiting the restaurant. Cut to interior Jerry's apartment day. Kramer is sitting at Jerry's dining table with an empty plate, napkin tucked into his shirt, tapping his fork on the tabletop impatiently. His back is to the door when it opens and Jerry enters, so he is halfway through his greeting before realizing it isn't Newman.
Newman, what took you so long? Oh, hey, buddy.
Kramer wipes his mouth with a napkin and takes his dishes to the sink as if he just finished eating a meal.
Expecting Newman? That's funny because I happened to find him at Kenny Rogers Roasters.
Kenny Rogers. Whew, boy, I hate that place.
He was buying quite a load of chicken, almost for 2 people, as long as one of them is not him.
Kramer laughs at this and quickly changes the subject.
Oh, hey, Elaine stopped by. Yeah, drop off that Bob Sacamano hat. Oh, she's upset at him. Oh, yes, sirree.
Kramer sits down and opens the newspaper to try and get Jerry to leave.
Yeah, well, thanks for stopping by.
Jerry doesn't move, but looks around the apartment.
I sure do miss my apartment. Maybe I'll switch back.
Oh, you don't want to think about that. No, sir. Otherwise, I'd have no choice but to put that banner back up and run that Rogers right out of town.
I don't think you will.
Jerry sits on the arm of the sofa and slams closed the newspaper with his hand.
As a matter of fact, I'll save you the trouble. I'll do it myself.
Yeah, go ahead. Put the banner up. It doesn't matter to me.
All right.
Kramer immediately drops the act and hysterically prostrates himself in front of Jerry, begging.
No, Jerry, I need that chicken. I gotta have that chicken. You leave those roasters alone. Kenny never hurt anybody.
You got a little problem.
Oh, I got a big problem, Jerry.
Cut to interior Burmese jungle cave day. A young local boy, an acolyte, leads Elaine into the small cave and gestures for Elaine to kneel at a specific spot.
Here, kneel here.
As Elaine kneels, the acolyte steps towards a cutting board where he cuts some fresh fruit. Elaine is watching this when she hears her name spoken.
Elaine.
Peterman is bowed, pouring water slowly over his head like Kurtz in Apocalypse Now.
Mr. Peterman,
The acolyte loudly slices through the fruit with a machete, leading Peterman to yell at him in a fake foreign dialect. Peterman, you want to do that now? The boy runs out.
you speak Burmese?
No, Elaine, that was gibberish. So did you have any trouble finding the place?
No, you're the only white poet warlord in the neighborhood.
Are you an assassin?
I work for your mail order catalog.
You're an errand girl sent by grocery clerks to collect the bill.
Elaine sees her opportunity to walk on her knees to Peterman with her expense form.
Well, actually, I do have a bill here. If you could just sign this expense, I think I could still make the last fan boat out of here.
I'd be happy to, Elaine, but I will have to see this hat.
Elaine is dismayed.
Right.
Cut 2, exterior park bench, night. George approaches Heather, who is sitting on a park bench with a bag in his hand. He looks around before sitting beside her.
So how do you want to do this?
All right, George, I'll be honest. The first time we went out, I found you very irritating. But after seeing you for a couple of times, you sort of got stuck in my head. 'Cause stanza.
She smiles.
So you really don't have my hat?
What?
George casually moves his bag to the other side away from Heather and shifts into charming gear.
Oh, let's go do something.
What's in a bag?
That's a sandwich.
The clock starts ticking and ringing in the bag. George picks it up and gently shakes it.
Damn, salami.
Heather snatches the bag and pulls out the clock, angry.
My clock? You stole it?
That damn Billy. That's the last time they screwed up one of my orders.
As Heather storms off, it begins literally storming on George, alone on the park bench. Cut 2, interior Kenny Rogers Roasters, day. Jerry rushes in out of the rain and talks to Seth at the counter, removing his Nutria hat as he does so.
Hey, Seth, man, it's coming down hard out there.
As Jerry talks, he beats the hat against his leg, attempting to dry it. The cheap rat fur, now wet, flies around the restaurant and onto customers' plates.
Oh, gross. That's not going to be good for business.
That's not going to be good for anybody.
Cut to interior Kramer's apartment, night. Kramer is in bed eating chicken and reading, bathed in the intense red glow of the roaster sign. Suddenly, the light from the kitchen restaurant goes out.
Kenny? Kenny?
Cut to. Fuck. Exterior Kramer's window, day. Kramer has hung a new banner outside his window that says, "Kenny, come back." He is sadly repeating one word. Kenny? Kenny. Cut to interior Jerry's apartment, night. Jerry is in bed in his own apartment.
Home at last.
He turns off his lamp and closes his eyes when he hears a suspicious creaking sound.
Is someone there?
The scurrying sound from before is heard again, and a doll-like shadow moves across the bed.
Mr. Marbles?
Cut to interior Burmese jungle cave, day. Peterman is on his back in a cot, wiping his brow with a wet cloth, as Elaine sits on the floor beside him, describing the newest J. Peterman catalog.
This is the Urban Sombrero. I put it on the last catalog cover.
Peterman turns to look before a look of shock crosses his face. He turns back to the ceiling as he whispers,
The horror. The horror.
The end. Thank you to our actors. Everyone take a bow.
Yeah.
First ever table reading rainbow.
You see this watch? You see this watch? You see this watch? This watch is more than your car. You call yourself a salesman? So what's it?
That segment was brought to you by
Coffees for closers.
It's brought to you by the Casio Bass Tone. Casio bass tone.
Third prize is you're fired.
What's the deal? What's the deal?
What's the deal? What's the deal? What's the deal?
Thanks everybody, stick around. Up next
Homework.
is a question.
No fucking musical instrument.
Is it jazz? Hang out.